Mile upon mile they walked from Jericho to Jerusalem. It was only 17 miles, but it was all uphill. 850 feet below sea level to Jerusalem, 2,500 above sea level. The way was dusty and hot. They followed the other pilgrims as they were going to Jerusalem for the Passover. This was the climax of Jesus' story, of his public career, his vocation. He knew what lay ahead of him and has set his face to meet it head on. He could not stop announcing the kingdom, but that announcement can only come true if he lived out what he had preached. The living God was at work in him to heal and to save, and the forces of evil and death were massed to oppose him. His disciples knew that there was a price on his head, and that going to Jerusalem would mean arrest and possibly worse. Yet Jesus walked on. At last they reached the summit of the hill, looked down upon the lush valley of Bethany and Bethpage and the Mount of Olives, and Jerusalem before them. For Jesus, it was a royal occasion, carefully planned. He had arranged a young donkey to ride on. The password, "The Lord needs it," was given, and the donkey given to his disciples. Only on a war horse would the king ride when he had come from war. When they came in peace, they rode upon a donkey, a sign of humility. But Jesus was making a deliberate claim to be king, the Messiah. The disciples got the point, and they laid their cloaks upon the ground for him. The crowd picked up this and began to sing the great psalm of praise. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Yet the opposition was still there. The Pharisees became anxious about what might happen if the Roman authorities thought there was a demonstration, an uprising. Luke knows, as we know, what awaits Jesus when he enters Jerusalem. The celebration was fitting, but the disciples and the crowd did not understand what was going to happen. Had they known, would they have been quite so enthusiastic? So as we arrive in Jerusalem with Jesus, the question presses upon us. Are we going along for the trip in hope that Jesus will fulfill our hopes and our desires? Are we going to sing a psalm of praise, but only as long as Jesus seems to be doing what we want? The long and dusty pilgrimage of our lives gives most of us plenty of time to sort out our motives for following Jesus. But are we ready not only to spread our cloaks on the road in front of him, to do the things which people see, but also to follow him into trouble when things get difficult and we wonder what he is doing in our lives? Are we willing to follow him through pain and death? Or will we also turn against him and be the ones who cry, "Crucify, crucify," because he did not do what we wanted, so we turn against him? And so, what about us? Where shall we take our places here at the foot of the cross? Shall we join those 10 men running away down the hill with such cowardly haste? Can we run with them, count as ourselves among them? I think not. We didn't answer when he called, "Follow me." We dismissed when he taught that last shall be first and the first last. We did not take up his cross. We dare not presume to run away with the disciples. We have no place among them. We have nothing to fear. No light is necessary for our safety. We have not challenged the status quo. We have not demanded that the religious authorities practice what they preach. We have nothing to fear, and no place among the terrified disciples as they scurry down the hill. So what about us? Where shall we take our places here at the foot of the cross? Shall we stand here next to John, whose heart is breaking as his friend dies there on the cross? Shall we stand here with John in the circle of closeness that he and Jesus had shared? I think not. We have not remained at the side as John did. We have not embraced his message of love as John did. We have not surrendered ourselves to him as John did. We have no place with John here at the foot of the cross. There with John stands Mary, his mother, and Mary Magdalene, and with them the other Mary and Solney. Shall we join the group of weeping women and take our place among them? I think not. We have not been Christ bearers as Mary was. We have not allowed a sword to pierce our hearts. We have not given all we have to support him, made ourselves poor on his behalf. We have not bathed his feet with our tears, or massaged them with costly nard. We have no place with Mary, the woman at the foot of the cross. So we are relegated to bystanders, those who have come to peer and pry, gaze and gossip, stare and shout. Are we spectators merely, safe from the authorities, removed from the matter at hand, lookers on, passers by? Is that all that we are? Onlookers, part of the curious? Or is there a place for us at the foot of the cross? O Sacred Heart of Jesus, dying now for us, call to us from your agony. Call us and make us worthy to have a place at the foot of your cross. Amen.